I have before me a challenge. This is a completed painting. It's on a board, but the board is quite thin. That's actually less than ½ an inch. And I need to put this in a floating frame, which I have here. This is in fact a tondo from Rustic Burl. You kind of see their little logo there. And it's actually meant to be painted on. You can see I've been scrawling on it, but you paint on this surface. But it's a little DIY floating frame idea to use the backside as a floating frame. So now I have to get this little fella fixed into this guy without popping screw holes through here. So the challenge is that I can't just screw this into the back because it would sit much lower than the sides. It would only go there, and I don't want this to look like a dish with a painting in it. So I need to elevate the painting and also not stab through it with screws. So my plan so far, I've glued these lovely spacers 1 inch deep onto the back in very specific locations. It's carpenter's glue, but I'm not entirely confident that it'll work. So I'm going to also add little L brackets to each one of these things. And I will have to use very shallow screws again so they don't puncture through this surface. I need to spray paint this fella. Spray painting was a disastrous failure and waste of time and resources. Because I didn't prime the wood, the difference in texture between the top and side surfaces resulted in drastically different paint adhesion results. It looked terrible. One should never spray paint indoors unless one has proper ventilation. An open window with a fan in it leading to a minus 20 degrees Celsius exterior is not proper ventilation. Though I covered my floors, the paint mist got everywhere and the whole project was stalled, as I had to use yet more toxic stuff, Varsol, to clean my floor so I didn't track black paint through the house. What a nightmare! I did wear proper ventilation masks though, as one should do when doing idiotic things. This is the stage where I actually primed over top of the terrible spray paint job in order to repaint from scratch, using a more safe indoor paint for our current sub-zero Canadian temperatures. For the painting, I've decided to go with just a black satin interior paint, literally from Home Depot. And what it's doing is giving me a far more uniform coat to this floating frame than the spray paint did. The spray paint was a bad idea simply because I didn't prime first, and this side material just sucked up the paint. So the top was nice and shiny, and the side was horrible and dry and patchy and weird. So, always prime first. This has 2 coats, I'm going to give it a 3rd. Also, I'm just using one of these sponge brushes rather than actual bristle brush to try to help give it kind of a uniform cabinety kind of finish. This is the moment of truth. This is the bit. Has my math been okay? Have I screwed into anything? Is the whole thing gonna work? Because I'm supposed to take it to the gallery in half an hour or so. It's heavy. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, look at that. There it is. I think it's safe to take my piece of marking tape off finally. Woo! There it is. Oh wow, crazy. What a stressful thing. Happy little floating frame. And I'm pretty sure I don't have any, any screws stabbing through the arc. Whoa! Now I better put the hook on it and hope for the best. Thanks. Silly thing started cracking there. I don't know if you can see that. A little crack along here. That was an absolute nightmare project. I hope it's just because I didn't screw deep enough at first. Pre-drill deep enough. I don't know. I hope. We'll find out. Hey, buddy. Got a puppy here in the studio. Here's the final piece hanging at the gallery, and it made it through the show, didn't fall off the wall. Still looking for a buyer, but I'm pleased with the result, though it came through some stress to make it happen.